The big thing about Wally was that it was hope for a better day for people if they were listening in the morning to the radio program.
Yeah. We were the jesters in the king's court. He was the king of morning radio, and our job was to make him laugh and to give him something unexpected.
This is WGN Chicago. Our apologies. We have a temporarily defective time signal. It isn't operating today. Earlier I asked our engineers to improvise something, and that didn't work out so well, so I'll just have to give you the time without anything mechanical to substantiate it. It is exactly 9 o'clock. Never mind, fellas. Just forget the temporary signals. It's officially 9 Central Time.
Oh, people loved coming up to him, and he was so great with his fans, and he loved having listeners come and approach him and talk to them.
They'd be thrilled to meet him, and, you know, we could tell there's something special going on here.
Well, they felt he was a member of their family. He was so intimate in his broadcasting and covered so many simple issues that people just felt they knew him.
I mean, he was the warmest, most compassionate man I've ever met in my life, and very quickly put me at ease and made me feel like I was something special, which I think he was able to do with everybody that he met.
I'd get to hear about what he said about me at the dinner table last night, about what boys I was interested in. They found out about it before I had a chance to let them know, because my dad would share everything on the air. But
one of the things Wally did like is to make the people laugh during all kinds of times in their life.
Welcome back to Wally Phillips.
Thank you, but I think we're going to have to do something about your name. It's a nice name. Samuelson is a distinguished name, but we've got to Italianize it a little bit today for Columbus Day.
Do what you want to with it.
Samuelsona or something like that.
All right.
I see we've got a Garofalo and we've got a Barbera here on our staff. That's not bad for Columbus Day, but I don't know what to do with Brzezinski.
You've probably heard from other people how fast and how much content he would go through in a morning of broadcast, and it was just really a challenge to keep up with him.
He really connected so well with people. He understood the story of the day, what people were interested in, what they were concerned about.
What was unique about Wally was whenever you wanted to be entertained, you turned to Wally Phillips. Whenever you wanted to know what was going on in the city, you turned to Wally.
Well, as early as 2000, he would be forgetting where he left things. He'd leave his wallet on the airline counter and walk away. He had some little fender benders, and we were beginning to worry about his driving.
my mom had told me stories about how he had misplaced things, how he was paying bills twice, and how he was forgetting names and numbers, and the stories became more and more frequent.
We didn't think much of it. But eventually enough things stacked up that he decided to go see a neurologist.
I kept hoping that that was not the case, because I knew what a terrible disease this was, and so we were so sorry and devastated to hear that that's what it was.
He accepted it. He never denied it, and he knew, unfortunately, the ultimate consequences.
Well, caregiving for someone with Alzheimer's disease, especially in the middle and later stages, is certainly a 24-hour-a-day job.
We were struggling, just like everyone who has a family member going through this struggles. So we kind of had to follow his lead and just try to let his experience be what felt or seemed to feel comfortable for him.
He tried so hard to keep up his persona and keep up his stories and keep up the laughter, and it was very hard on everyone, because we knew what he was missing, and he knew it too.
But other times he really wanted to express himself well, as he could do so well. And
he couldn't find the word, and it was heartbreaking.
You're conscious of that.
If you see a friend and suddenly he stops from talking and he can't go on, that's what's happening with the Alzheimer's story. And it's nothing to be ashamed of. There's nothing to be refusing to get involved about. I just want people to know that they've got a lot of chance for a lot of future days.
Certain things about him never changed. He was always trying to get us to go home because he was worried about the traffic.
As brave as could be for as long as he was able to. It was hard for him when he could no longer remember the punchlines to his jokes.
I remember he said it. He says, "Oh, don't worry about me. I'm taken care of. I've got all the insurance. I've got everything that I need. I have family. I have support. I have love all around me. I'm taken care of." But it's the people who don't have that. He says, "I'm worried about them."
Alzheimer's disease is an equal opportunity disease in that no one is immune from it. What we find, of course, is when someone like Mr. Phillips is affected, it helps heighten the awareness.
I remember hearing about it for the first time on his Chicago Tonight interview in 2004 with Bob Surratt, and I was shocked, frankly, to hear about it. But I was also gratified to see how frank he was and candid about talking about it with.
So many of your fans do want to know how you're doing and how your health is, and this is a great time to tell them.
Well, you see me stammer a little bit, and you see me tighten up a little bit. All that's the Alzheimer's story. But there's still a great good forward for you for people. And I want them to know that it's not the end of everything.